This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang.
All of it.
You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' head stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. True love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine. Wifey is fine, I'm doing fine. Glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip, whip it up fast. Fast and furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang,
He's heating up.
Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play
He's on
gang,
fire.
gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Yes, fat phobia causes incredible harm.
First of all, bitch, I'm a fat ass.
Our whiteness is part of the problem.
Ouch, my ribs.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Warmth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 24 hundo and 26 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your host? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everesting K2 flexing on all you
Oh, the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
What's going on, fam? Happy Tuesday, the 27th, and we got a lot of announcements. It's a Swole Miss Miracle today. We are back live. We had a great weekend. We had a great Swole Fam accountability meeting yesterday. Yesterday's episode is available inside Swole TV. It's our live call every Monday at 12 noon Eastern time. We got a couple announcements, a couple things I want to talk about before we get into. Those of you that listen to the podcast or you're watching and sometimes you listen, as I told the Swole Fam yesterday, I was just going to kind of do it, but at the same time, unable just to kind of execute on it without letting you know what's going on because there might be some delays. So if you don't know, we're making some changes backstage for the podcast in order to make video available on Spotify. So let's get a round of applause for that. Some of you were mentioning and asking about it. We've been thinking about it for a while, but it just wasn't at the right time. And then it just seemed like, you know what, now's the time to do it. So if you listen on Apple Podcasts, that's cool. If you listen on Spotify, that's even cooler because you'll also be able to watch the video over there, probably starting today's episode. We're going to try to do it with today's episode and see if it goes through. But just a heads up, if you're watching, and some of you might watch and then you might go listen later, you might see some delays. There might be some of the newer episodes. There could be a couple episodes missing, and or there might be only updates on the Spotify feed for the next couple days because we're importing. The problem is, and it's not really a problem, it's a good thing, but the issue is that there's so many fucking episodes. All right. So I was on the chat with like the advanced tech team because it wasn't working. So the guy goes, it seems like you have 2,000 whatever, blah, blah episodes or 17 or 1,800 because we didn't do all of them. We had some on SoundCloud before we switched over or whatever. And I was like, he goes, is that correct? I'm like, yeah, we have been streaming every day. He goes, damn, he goes, that's a lot of work. I'm like, yep. So there's so many and most podcasts don't have anywhere near this kind of volume. So apparently it was just because there were so fucking many that they have to actually, like, the tech team personally has to go and handle migrating all the importations. So anyway, I thought that was kind of funny because the Swole Fam were here every fucking day. Pillar number 7, consistency. So it was more of a compliment than anything. But just a heads up. You can find all the episodes on YouTube. We're streaming on Odyssey and Rumble, and now I think starting today. So anyway, for the next couple days, you're going to be able to see the latest episodes and probably hopefully watch, but also listen on Spotify. So that will be updated. The other ones, Apple, it might be a couple more days because we haven't officially redirected, but Spotify and our new platform is linked. So I don't want to get too much into the details. It's not really important. Just if you're listening, make sure you go to Spotify to listen. And if you could always catch on YouTube, right? So you can always just watch and listen on YouTube or whatever you want. But that's just letting you guys know that's where you can find that. Okay, that's the first thing. And this is even before we're getting into the tip. And also, it seems that we have our Facebook page back. So this is a Swole Miss Miracle, fam. It's a Swole Miss Miracle. Tainty Man is really excited about that. You can see how fucking amped he is. So if you follow on Facebook, no updates yet on whether or not we're not streaming right now on Facebook because it just happened earlier today. And going to have to figure out if it's going to work again. We had some problems before we lost access to the page, but you shouldn't be seeing any more boxing videos. So we're going through and deleting all the fucking UFC and boxing clips that, I don't know, whatever. Whatever. At least it was fitness related. At least it wasn't, I don't know, cat videos or something. So anyway, you shouldn't be bombarded with stupid shit anymore. And hopefully we can get the stream back up and you'll start seeing posts that are logical and, balls deep as always. So a lot of good things. So it seems like we're going to right the ship for this year before 2023. All right, let's bust them open. We'll talk more about our Swole Year event on Thursday. Got a lot of fucking shit going on. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Very excited. So those are some updates. Very stoked for that. Here we go, fam. Summon the Falcon. Let's get today's party started. some respect on it. Don't be a dickhole, Pedro. Oh, that was nice.
I give it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
Ooh. Ooh. Why is it spicy? Fam, we have a very, very nice Tainty Magooch card. It's Tainty Tuesday. Don't be a beach, don't be a boosh, or you'll end up like Tainty Magooch. And the Tainty is in green, but of course that matches up with the green screen. So a beautiful Tainty Magooch card for you. Drop in the comments down below for a chance to win. We'll give it away at the end of today's episode. Now let's spit on it and get right into that tip. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. Speaking of cold, I think it was Marker. Someone said earlier, it must be in the 70s because Papa's not wearing a shirt. And I got some sun on my fucking nips today. Mind blown. It was cold this morning and then all of a sudden got warmer and warmer and the sun was out. Oh, it was so nice. So it was like 70. Oh my God. I mean, a couple days of just freezing nip temperatures. Right now it's 69. Oh, thank you very much. Tomorrow is going to be, tomorrow's Wednesday. The weather got warmer. It wasn't supposed to be this warm tomorrow. I'm excited. It was supposed to be 70. Now it's going to be purely sun, 75 degrees. Then we're up to 79 on Thursday and Friday, 82. We're back to the low 80s and we're back to fucking Florida. We're back to America weather. Fuck yeah! Nice. Don't cry and complain. Just move. Just move to a place where you can have your nips out 24/7. It was a couple days. It was brutal. Mama Swole was like, I can't do this. This is a scam. It's supposed to be nice here. We get so weak. I grew up north. I know what it's like to be in snow. It's just, you get so used to it. But crazy how it went from 80 degrees, hot, sunny, sweaty to just freezing, fucking cold as shit for 2 days and then back up. It went from 80 to 40. That's brutal. I know a lot of you went from really cold to even colder. It's not the same as hot, sunning the nips and then just fucking almost ice. But anyway, hopefully a lot of you are in a better position and you're not getting, destroyed by the weather. So I wish the best for you and your family. And I hope you had a happy and merry Swolemas. A reminder, this Thursday we have our Swole Year release party right here. We're going to do it live in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. We're going to be right here like we do for overtime. And we're going to launch a bunch of new shit, make some big announcements for the new year, look and recap throughout 2022. It's going to be a fun time. We'll take some private Q&A and just have a great time to bring in the new year this Thursday, December the 29th, 5 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be fucking lit. All right, let's get into the first.
What's in the box?
Swole fan post. We got one from Aaron, and Aaron is no stranger to the cold. Aaron writes, this was from the other day when it was unusually cold for Seattle, high of 25. Started with a 2-mile warm-up walk for coffee, then got in my full workout thanks to a few layers. Today was a 5-mile hill run. Merry Christmas, fam. Look at that. All right. Are you making excuses? Aaron is showing, if you are just listening or watching on Spotify, pretty badass. Check out this... the bench and the weight setup outside. That's baller. That's gangster. That's gangster. No excuses. I'm out there. It's like 60 degrees. I'm cold. I'm going to train inside. Aaron's out there wearing a snowsuit, fucking getting it done. Good for you. Good for you. I saw some videos from Seattle, like the ice storms, and people were using metal picks to try to climb up hills and cars were sliding down. Pretty fucking crazy shit. Pretty crazy shit. We got one here from James, and James writes, here I thought Santa was swole-phobic, kettlebell for dad, and a workout set for my son. Very, very nice. Let's get a little golf clap. Everyone's going to be sharing their fitness Christmas snags. We got one from our discussion boards from Joseph. I'm David. That's an interesting. That took a turn fast. It says Joseph as the name, but it's David. So I don't know. Someone figured that out for me. Someone decode. I'm David, 42 years old. I'm from Lebanon, Kentucky. I've been searching for a group to take me to the next level of gym and personal growth. I've heard wonderful things about this group. Oh, very nice. I can't wait to see where it takes me. Well, we will take you as far as you want to go. Understand that it's definitely going to be based on what type of work and your ethic and how ready you are for the 7 pillars. So if you're ready to put in the fucking work, the Swole fam is ready for you. Yeah. Welcome to the Swole fam. David, Joseph, whatever. One of those things. Both. Maybe your name is David Joseph. Something like that. It's Joe Dave from Kentucky. Makes sense to me. Oh, God. Stop confusing me. Make it easy for me, fam. Make it easy for me. I'm doing my best. All right, we got a post here from our discussion boards from Sarah. Hey, Beesh is happy to be here. I've been watching on YouTube for quite a while and finally decided to take the leap and join. I'm 46, live in California, and my goal is to lose about 100 pounds. That's a big number.
Wow.
All right. I have a feeling this is going to be the place to get the accountability and motivation I need to help me on this journey. Well, let me slap you across the tits right now, Sarah. It ain't going to take motivation. It's going to take those fucking 7 pillars. Am I right, Beaches? Am I right? 7 pillars. Consistency, discipline, doing it. So you'll definitely have accountability. And that's a great start. If you want to have accountability, make sure you post up, introduce yourself, and lay it all out. Lay it all out on the line. Let us know what you want to do. Put it out there. Put your name on it. Attach your name to what you're about to achieve. Put it out there. Very important. And remember, motivation's bullshit. Motivation is a cheating, lying, untrustworthy whore that will leave you the first chance she gets. You do not want to depend on motivation. It's just a fleeting emotion. There's nothing wrong with it, but some days you're going to feel like it. Some days you won't. It doesn't matter. And speaking of which, I was going to bring you up, Joe. Sarah, you want to lose about 100 pounds. How many of you have lost 50 or more pounds? And how many of you can drop how much weight you've lost, from your start of your fitness journey. And how many of you have lost over 100 pounds? So Sarah, you have a lot of good company. And Joe just wrote discipline with like 5 exclamation points. And if you don't know, we've been talking about Joe a lot. Joe, you won the Swole card yesterday from our accountability meeting. Joe has lost 233 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. Like, holy shit. So if you need some advice or some input, definitely message or at Joe in the Telegram chat or the Facebook group, because Joe is living proof that it's possible. And we have a bunch of you that have lost a shitload of weight. 233. I remembered. 233 pounds. That gets me just every time. This is 233. I step on the scale. It says like 205. It's like you lost more than me. You were carrying around me plus 28 pounds or whatever. Brittany used to be 225. Well, now what are you? Come on. Now what are you? Tyler lost 65 pounds. We have TCAP lost a total of 140 pounds. Yeah, this is so impressive. Joe says lost 2 Backstreet Boys. Oh. Joe lost 2 Backstreet Boys. Joe lost about 0.3 or 0.35 Lizzos. What is it, huh? 0.35 Lizzos? About? Thereabout.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
Yeah. I would say about like a third of a Lizzo. That's impressive. We usually measure our weight loss in Lizzos on the Mancast. Thomas, first ever live Swolecast. Let's give it up for TM. Fucking stoked. Welcome to the show. All right. Let's see. We got one more post, and then we'll get into some questions. So if you have questions, you can start dropping them. Hashtag AskPapaSoy. Last one from the discussion boards from Tanner O. What's up, Beaches? What's up, Beaches? I'm Tanner. I've been in and out of gyms most of my 20s, but as I approach 30, I realize I have let bad habits and drinking run my life. No longer. As a healthcare worker, I know the damages of not taking care of one's body, but also the mind. Time to stop fucking around and get my shit in order, and also to get back to the fucking gym. Preach. Happy holidays to everyone, by the way. Stay safe and stay swole as fuck. All right, thank you for what you do, Tanner. As a healthcare worker, it's time for you to practice what you preach, right? But we know the healthcare system. It's really the sick care system. So it's not like you're a nurse or you're a doctor, you're a PA, or most people are morbidly obese that even work in the industry. Lead by example. Bottom line, you need to lead by example. All right, let's get into some knowledge cock. Drop your questions in the comments below. Hashtag AskPapaSolio. And also, you can submit a question, askpapasolio.com, and you can call in, and we'll get to an upcoming episode. Hashtag Tainty Magooch for a chance to win today's Swole card. And we have the Tainty Man full stretched out. Got a little glimpse of the taint. He is like too big for the fucking camera now. He's a monster. He's a monster. Monstro. Let's see here. Okay. TCAP, does this mean that obesity is a metabolic issue and not a systematic oppression issue? Uh-huh.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
I don't know. The only thing oppressing obese people is gravity. So how much is a full Lizzo? That is a good question. That is a good fucking question. Enough. More. Whatever you're thinking, plus one. Just a raven. I don't know. How much is she? How much do you think she actually weighs? I haven't seen a recent picture. 3 something? Like 250 maybe? 270? I don't know how tall she is actually. I'm sure you could look it up. You could probably guesstimate. How tall is Lizzo? Someone do the research, drop in the chat. This is important stuff here. Just a Raven, Papa Solio, good options for deodorant. Do name any brand that comes to mind. I would look for something without phthalates, parabens. I think Native is a good brand you can get at most stores. You just want to make sure you're getting things without estrogenic ingredients. No aluminum. You don't want phthalates. You don't want parabens. I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones, but some of you can drop in the comments. I don't wear deodorant. Maybe if I'm feeling a little bit, I don't know, stinky or sweaty and we're going somewhere, but I usually don't have that issue. Plus, if I'm with Mama Swolio, I don't really care because I'm with her. I'm not trying to have some sort of magical scent for other people. And I'm not a fan of antiperspirants. If you're going to sweat, you need to sweat. I'm not a fan of blocking your sweat glands. But you just want to make sure anything you're putting on your skin. So we talk about moisturizer. I use jojoba oil, organic jojoba oil. You can get that on Amazon and most stores. But you want to make sure that you're not putting, you're going to absorb a lot of things transdermally. And you want to make sure that you're not putting these hormone disruptors on your body or in your body or around your house with air fresheners and, lotions, shampoos, conditioners, deodorants, big time included. Taylor Reed, where do I catch the live? This might be from the Discord. So, I mean, if you're typing this, you might not be able to. Someone type and respond, but you can go to sonormousx.com/podcast and you'll see all the live stream links. So YouTube, The Daily Swole on YouTube, The Daily Swole on Odyssey, The Daily Swole on Rumble, The Daily Swole on, I think it's Swolenormous on Twitch. YouTube is the most popular, and I think we're probably going to get the Facebook integration back. Hopefully, maybe. Kingfish, have you read Dave Ramsey's Baby Steps Millionaires? No, I haven't. He says a lot of dumb shit, though. I see a lot of clips and stuff from his show, and a lot of stuff is some of the stuff. But no, I haven't read it. The most important thing is when you're reading different things, make sure that you're taking the most important things, and not everything that everyone says you're gonna agree with, myself included. But is it good? Would you learn from it? I think there's another great book. I think I put it on the book club. Psychology of Money or Psychology of Wealth. It's one of those two things. It's a really good book. And it's short, so it's an easy read. Will B saying, Papa Swole, if I can't afford grass-fed beef or grass-fed steak, that wasn't bad.
I give it a 10.
Nice, a two-parter.
A 10. A fucking 10.
That second one was like the Temple of Doom, but it was much more satisfying. That movie sucked ass. Sucked ass. If you liked Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, you need to reevaluate your life. You have terrible taste. It's one of the worst movies ever made. It's unbearable. The opening scene is just so bad. It's so bad. I can't believe some people actually like that movie. All right. Where was I? If I can't afford grass-fed beef or grass-fed steak, is it that big of a difference between grain-fed and grass-fed beef? Well, yes, but getting beef is a good option in itself. So you do the best that you can. I would recommend if you're getting grain-fed, I would opt for leaner cuts. That way you're not getting any kind of like, you're not getting things that might be trapped in fat storage for the animals. In my opinion, it is a big difference, which is why I always opt for 100% grass-fed beef, but I do understand that it can be pricey in comparison. But you could also opt for grass-fed. Maybe it's not grass-finished, but that's still a better option than just concentrated feedlot beef. So in my opinion, it's still a better option to go and to get beef, even if you can't get grass-fed. But maybe you have access to better quality eggs. It depends on where you shop and where are you going to shop, because some people, or where do you live? Some other members might also have some input as to where you're going, or if you have like a budget or something. You don't have to lay out your entire life story in the chat, but depending on where you live, some other members might have ideas or have a hookup. You always just want to do the best that you can, and it's baby steps. Sometimes there might be a period in your life when you're unable to make, to go that direction. But to be honest, there's also a lot of situations where people are not managing, and I'm not calling you out in particular, but a lot of people don't manage their money well, and they can actually prioritize the food, but have to make other sacrifices. So there might be some things, if you really sit down with your books and your budget and you actually set a framework, you might actually be surprised what you can open up. Just saying. So it depends on where you live. And of course, different locations might have different pricing spreads than others. So some places of the country, it might be even higher than, so it depends. Nosfe, what are your thoughts on Eric the Electric? Oh my God. I haven't heard that name in forever. Is he still alive? I haven't seen a video. We used to make videos on that guy because he has massive binge eating issues. He has major eating disorders. And I know he used to be anorexic, but now it was disgusting. His videos were atrocious. What's going on with him lately? I haven't heard that name in forever. It's been a long time. The guy binged on 40,000 calories of junk food in 2 days this Christmas, then rode hundreds of miles on his bike while starving himself to not gain weight. It's disgusting. He's perpetuating an eating disorder. It's major. It's exercise bulimia. He has a major eating disorder. That's grotesque. I didn't know what he's doing lately. He's always done that. That's disgusting. It's extremely harmful for his body. He's gonna unfortunately probably pay the price at some point. That's really gross. It's fucked up how YouTube promotes shit like that. That's grotesque. Maybe I need to go back to dropping some salty sack on these stupid videos. I just got tired of doing it. I feel like it was just the same old. Like, people aren't going to change. What am I going to sit there and just be like, this guy's a fucking hot mess? And the thing is, I've seen videos of him before when he's talking, I used to be anorexic and have an eating disorder. That doesn't justify you binge eating 40,000 calories, and then it's disgusting behavior. It's really gross. You're still doing the same shit. It's just a different shade of it. And it's being promoted on YouTube. I'm sure he gets hundreds of thousands of fucking views for it. I try to drop some salty sack and I get shafted, but it is what it is. It's always been that way. Nothing new. It's fucking gross. All right, let me scroll. Seemed like I was spending a little bit of time higher up in the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't know. Look, I don't know. I don't know what happened to all these people. Remember all the ones I used to do all those videos? I just thought, like, I do remember I did the one with the girl that used to eat. She used to make all this fake ass food. She used to eat like hairbrushes and stuff. I did some of the Chinese, I don't know, Japanese or whatever, Asian fucking mukbangs. I would do Nico Kato videos. I just stopped doing it because it felt like a waste of time. You know? I mean, look, it got some views at one point before my channel got censored, which, and I'm not, but I just felt like it wasn't doing anything, you know? I don't know. I just felt like it got to the point where it was just like, I'm just fucking watching these disgusting videos and I don't know. I just didn't want that in my head. I just didn't feel like it was actually creating any value aside from just, I don't know. It pisses me off, but it was just, maybe we'll come back to it at some point. I don't know. It was really gross. Really gross. Yeah, Badlands, that morbidly obese black guy. I don't know. People, the gross thing is you have all the followers on their accounts that promote it, that encourage, like, oh, you're great. Wow, it's amazing. It's disgusting. You're literally watching someone eat themselves to death for views. It's disgusting. I don't know. Maybe I need to come back to it. Maybe it's time for it. I didn't know these people were still alive, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't, unfortunately, but that's what I was chirping about. Like, you're going to die. You're going to die sooner rather than later. Make some changes. Lady Hawk, Papa Solio, speaking of eating disorders, what are your thoughts on orthorexia? Ah, yes. The famous orthorexia. My therapist warned me about it since I tend to have addictive behavior patterns and have recently gotten really into fitness. Orthorexia is one of those, I think it's a type. It's really kind of like a bullshit eating disorder. I do understand. It's really more like a compulsion. It's like obsessive compulsive. It's more like an OCD kind of thing. Because, I mean, orthorexia isn't necessarily healthy because a lot of people think I can't put any kind of sauce. I mean, you're not supposed to, really. Is orthorexia real? It's a very gray area. It's a very gray area. Orthorexia is, I think, you could look up the definition. I think it's like it's obsession about like eating clean and exercising. It's just a very, from the outside, a lot of people are going to see people that go to the gym and take care of their health as, oh, you're obsessed. So it depends. But of course, certain people can get extra obsessive. And I just think it's one of those more gray area type diagnoses. And hey, everything in our culture is a diagnosis because then you can get medication for, you can have billable hours. So there's no shortage of diagnoses. Just saying, there's no shortage of, hey, you have this, or I suffer with this, or I, blah, blah, blah. So, Lady Hawk, like, what are you eating? Like, what are your habits? That's more important. Taking care of your health and being serious about taking care of your health is not orthorexia. And it's a fine line because a lot of people, because they don't take care of themselves, they are going to like, whoa, from their perspective, you're obsessed. You mean I take it seriously and I'm disciplined? No, I mean, fine, whatever you want to call it. Lady Hawk says, I'm one of those bring my own food type of people. Yeah, so am I. I've been that way for 20 years. That's not orthorexic. That's just, I don't want to eat your garbage and I'm going to be hungry, so I'm bringing my own food because I know what's in it. That's not it. That's not it. We've looked it up before. We've read into it. So, I mean, it's very individualized. I eat whole food. Like, what do you eat? I eat whole food, protein forward diet. What's a protein forward? Holy shit, is that some new thing? Protein forward. I like protein backward, to be honest. I think you got it mixed up. 18-6 intermittent fasting. So, okay. And nothing that you said is orthorexic. So if you define orthorexia, like we've done this before, orthorexia. I mean, when I say it's made up, I mean everything in this fucking world is made up. But it's made up in order to. They have to have a fucking name. Humans have to have control and have everything organized. Humans have to feel like they have control over everything. Well, that's called this, and this is called that, and that's called. So a lot of this stuff is your opinion. All right, warning and symptoms: compulsive checking of ingredient lists and nutritional labels. So I look at nutritional labels. Why? Because I want to know what the fuck is in it. So it's really like the context as to what you do. And there's a reason. So for me, there's a reason. I don't want canola oil or soybean oil. I'm personally really not eating anything with nutritional labels in the sense of I eat a banana. I know what's in a banana. I eat an apple. I know what's in an apple. I eat my raw milk. Like I know it's raw fucking milk. But if it has a label, I'm going to look at it. Absolutely. Okay, the second one is an increase in concern about the health of ingredients. I care about what's going in my body. Oh my God, how terrible of you. All right, let's continue. So that's two. That's two on the list. So you can see where this is going. Let me actually. All right, let me just bring this up on the screen so you can all read this together. Okay. This is from nationaleatingdisorders.org. Number 3, cutting out an increasing number of food groups, parentheses, all sugar, all carbs, all dairy, all meat, all animal products. You mean being a fucking vegan tard? Well, an elimination diet is important. And for many people, certain food groups should not be consumed or in larger quantities. So an elimination diet, I don't eat a bunch of food groups. That's not an eating disorder. That's just logic and common sense and trial and error and evolution. Number 4, an inability to eat anything but a narrow group of foods that are deemed healthy or pure. I mean, inability. So this might be like, I can't eat. Like, I have no problem eating a piece of pizza. I won't eat a pizza because I have the power of choice and I know what's in it. And I know that I do not want to put that in my body. So I have a reason. This does not necessarily mean orthorexia, but an inability. We all have the ability. So if you're making a choice for a reason, that's not orthorexia. So this is really like the framing of it, right? The next one, unusual interest in the health of what others are eating. Man, that would make me orthorexic as fuck, right? I should do that. I should make a shirt, orthorexic as fuck. Unusual interest in the health of what others are eating. Well, I don't think people should be eating X, Y, and Z, but I can't stop them. So you could eat what you want. And what does that mean? I guess you're like policing other people's food. All right. Maybe you care about them and you don't want them to eat poison. The next one, spending hours per day thinking about what food might be served at upcoming events. Again, this is like obsessive. This is like anxiety disorder, right? Doesn't it sound like this is just an anxiety issue? Hours per day thinking about what food might be served at upcoming events. That just sounds like an anxiety disorder and an obsessive. So, or you do what Lady Hawk was saying, just bring your own food. No problem. Again, you are actually avoiding this definition of orthorexia just by bringing your own food. I'm bringing my own food. Why? Because I want to eat these things and I don't, and they're not going to have it. So if you bring your own food, you don't have to spend any hours. It solves the problem. So Lady Hawk, if anything, you're doing the opposite. All right, let's see. Showing high levels of distress when, quote, safe or, quote, healthy foods aren't available. Avoided by proper planning and proper organization. Now, the issue here that I see is when someone that's saying, quote, safe or healthy, this is an issue. I think we can all agree But this is an issue when you fundamentally don't know what healthy foods are. So if you think that eating salads and plain chicken, or just white rice and plain chicken and broccoli, if you think that's all you need for nutrition, then I think there's a problem. So if you are improperly deeming certain foods safe or healthy and you are suffering from malnutrition, that's a whole other story. But if you're eating quality foods, like if you've done an elimination diet and you know that, let's say grass-fed beef and eggs and raw butter and milk and fruit and stuff like that, that you're thriving on, I mean, showing high levels of distress, this just seems like an unstable person. So high levels of, oh my God, just don't eat. Fast. Again, not eating would be like, you're anorexic, you're starving yourself. Or I am disciplined and the human body is meant to not eat for days. Fasting is good for you. You're not supposed to constantly have food in your mouth. If I choose not to eat, that's not a negative. That's actually my body being very advanced, or actually, I mean, advanced, very basic, very to my evolution, very to my very existence on this earth, and adaptable. You know how easy it is to just not eat and just eat the quality food that you have at home? It's good to go without food. It's good to be hungry. For God's sake, it's good to be hungry. It's good to feel hungry. You're supposed to feel hungry. In our fucking society, it's not okay to be hungry for 4 fucking minutes. 3-year-olds, like, if you have a baby, yeah, if they're hungry, feed them. They're growing. They're developing. They need nutrition. They need a surplus when they're little. They're growing. You're supposed to feel hungry. It's not good to be comfortable all the time. That's why cold and hot and exercise that hurts, that's stressful and challenging. It's good to be fucking hungry. You're supposed to be fucking hungry. Stop being comfortable all the time. It doesn't mean you're not going to eat. You don't have an eating disorder. Stop fucking eating. Can you not eat 24 hours a fucking day, you fat fuck? Jesus Christ. Anyway, okay. This is important because people think this is a fucking disease. Oh, I take care of my health. You're orthorexic because you go to gym. This is stupid. A lot of these things are just not, but you can tell if someone thinks that a healthy food is, I don't know, eating black beans and tofu, then we got a problem. But that's just because you're suffering from malnutrition. All right. Obsessive following of food and healthy lifestyle blogs on Twitter and Instagram. Again, that's obsessive. That's not orthorexia. That's just someone that needs to get off social media and get a job or something. Body image concerns may or may not be present. So what are the fucking, do you see how loose this definition is? You may have body image concerns. A lot of people have body image concerns. So this just seems like some blanket statement that's targeting people that don't know what they're doing, that are suffering from malnutrition. And, this is very much kind of like anorexia. It's very close to anorexia. This is just a little bit of a loose bullshit definition. There's just a lot of holes here. More holes than fucking Swiss cheese, in my opinion. So, I mean, does it exist? I mean, anything exists if you say it is. I mean, I don't know your lived experience, but all these definitions. Look, the last thing you want to do is label yourself that way. You're an individual that cares about your health. If you're doing things properly, I wouldn't worry about it. Lady Hawk, I follow Papa Swole. Am I orthorexic now? You're swolerexic, so let's fucking go. Swoleorexia. Fuck yeah! Your prescription is to go to the fucking gym every day. All right. Okay. Where were we? I think that pretty much wraps it up. That was a deep one, but I feel like it was right to go deep. Let's take a couple calls and then we'll go into some balls deep. We got one from Alex. You are live on the Beastcast.
First time seeing your stuff on social media.
First time, long time.
Very impressed. Like it a lot. Recently divorced and looking to get back into the gym to lose at least another 60 pounds and possibly gain muscle like you have. My question is, I lost my big toe not too long ago, so have really bad balance. What do you recommend I would do that's not, I guess, running, jogging, cardio-wise, that won't have me fall on my face?
Bro, did you say yogging? Did you just say yogging? Oh, did he say yogging?
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
I think he said yogging. Respect. You lost your big... There's a lot to unpack there. You're divorced. You possibly want to build muscle. And you're asking about cardio because you lost your big toe. There's a lot going on there. What kind of cardio? Well, you could... I mean, where you're not going to function as a human being anymore because you don't have a big toe. Does anyone... I mean, maybe you have something that you can attach to your foot that gives you like another... You know, a toe thing there. Maybe like a little orthotic, or not orthotic, but like, you know, one of those prosthetic. Anyway, yoga is fantastic. You can lift weights. Let me just clarify this, Alex. It's not about maybe putting on muscle. You need to focus primarily on putting on muscle. Lifting. 7 pillars, swolenormousx.com. Download the 7 pillars today. Start lifting. Yoga is fantastic for balance. In terms of cardio, you could do swimming. You could do, running. It's not required. Running is not required. You could do some sled work, sled pushing, sled pulling, reverse sled, pushing sled, pulling sled. You can do kettlebell stuff. You can do mace bell and club work, sandbag. There's a lot of things that you can do. Cardio is just sauna, gives you cardio mimicking benefits. Walking is fantastic. You know, you could do those air assault bike. There's a lot of things you can do for cardio, but just understand that cardio is not the be all end all. It shouldn't be the main focus for you losing weight. You want to lose body fat, but you will lose body fat by locking down your nutrition, your sleep, and making sure you're lifting heavier. Lifting heavy fucking weights, building muscle. So we need to get you lifting weights. And if you want to learn more, hey, check us out, swolenormousx.com. Join the fam. Join the fucking fam. Alex, the fam wants you. All right, last call, and then we're going to go deep. We got one from Mike Nelson in La Casa.
Yo, mother trucker.
What up,
Hope you're doing well, but I got a question for you. So I had a friend of mine. We were at the gym doing leg presses on a leg press machine, and I was getting them to go all the way down in full range of motion. So bringing it all the way down as low as they can, knees to chest type of thing. And then they said they felt like their floating rib folded underneath. So, I've never heard of that. I was just curious if you ever heard of that in your years of experience and the best things to do for it.
Not do leg press. I'll be here all week. Make sure you call in, askpapaswole.com. Well, that's fucking weird. Kind of gross. I've never heard that. You might have just felt a little slippage or cartilage. I mean, the floating ribs, they move a little bit. It shouldn't be folding underneath. But leg press is dog shit. And leg press sucks. It fucking sucks. Some people be like, oh, leg press is great. It's not. It's just not. It's not. It's absolutely inferior to so many other options. So I usually don't say, oh, there's a best exercise. Well, there's some exercise that are just really not worth your time, and leg press is one of them, okay? Squats, Bulgarian split squats, sissy squats, hack squats. Like, all these options are so fucking superior to leg press. I haven't done a leg press in fucking years. Nordic curls are fantastic. Even leg extension. Like, there's so many different options. Hip bridges, kettlebell swings, fucking doing any other kind of like sumo squats with, elevated sumo squats with a kettlebell, or so many options. Fuck leg press. That's just me. Fuck leg press. I haven't heard of that. Probably because I don't do stupid fucking exercise like that. That's just my take on it. And this Swole fam agrees. I just leg press. Leg press is great. It's just, there's so many better choices. If you have a list of 50 things, leg press is towards the bottom. Straight up. Straight up. Not a fan. What gave it away? Hashtag Tainty Magooch for a chance to win today's Swole card. Time to go balls deep. Beaches.
That's deep.
All right, let's fucking go. If you want to call in, make sure And the reason why you're having issues with your knee is because it's a closed chain exercise. If you have issues with your knee on the leg press, it's because you haven't practiced, the proper ankle, knee, and hip mobility. So you shouldn't have pain on a leg press, but leg press is it's a waste of an exercise. You're not, it's not it. It's not it. It's not it. And a lot of leg presses suck. Like the machine, the angles suck. It's just awful. I haven't done it in years. I have no interest in ever doing a leg press again. Hack squats are fantastic. You can do hack squats with a barbell, but hack squat machines, if you do them properly, in the plie squat, Tom Platt style, they're fantastic. Hack squat machines can be great if you do them properly. Most people don't do them properly, but what else is new? All right, let's get into some balls deep, fam. This is the part of the show where we scrape. We're like those, we're like crab fishermen. Like we get down there. We're like Forrest Gump.
My name's Forrest Gump.
We're scraping the bottom of the we take the interwebs, and the Swole team we're just scraping the bottom of the ocean. We're going down deep, like the Mariana Trench of the internet, to find these fucking videos for you. For you. We do this for you. So golf clap for. We do this for you. All right. We do this for you. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're doing that one last. It's good when we're doing it last. Whenever I look over here and when I look over and I see one that absolutely is going last, it's going to be good, but bad. That one's going to be second to last. Let's do this one first. Okay. This is a little bit of a longer one. So it's got to be good because I hate long videos. But if it's long, it's got to be good, or at least the beginning's good. All right, here we go. This one is, would you date an overweight person? Would you date
What's in the box?
an overweight person?
That's a huge bitch.
Here we go. Let's see what we got here.
Mostly because I put so much work into myself, and if I don't see that being replicated in them.
I think this is like this guy's full-time job to like make a...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so you ask someone in a gym, would they date a fat person? Let's not say overweight. Would you date a fat person? Well, you're asking someone in the gym, so probably not. They probably like someone that takes care of their health. So then it's a stitch, and this person's is what? Fat fab femme. So obviously my identity is being morbidly obese and defending obesity as if it's a good thing. So when your identity is so, you're just going to hear a vomiting stream of stupidity. So here we go.
Video where he goes into a gym, asks a bunch of... I think this is like this guy's full-time job to like make a video where he goes into a gym, asks a bunch of people, would you date an overweight person? Also,
it's his job. You mean it's his YouTube videos? This is like content that he makes. Is that what you're saying? Oh, someone asked people questions in the gym and on the street. Oh, no one's ever done that before. It's been like the Tonight Show thing for like 40 fucking years. Okay.
it's like, can you just say fat? Because over what weight?
Yeah, there you go.
Over what
Based.
weight? Anyways.
A weight that makes you more horizontal than vertical. Give you a Matt Damon. Oh, jeez. Why are your cheeks so red? What is going on there?
So for context, before this dude's like, would you date someone who's overweight? And the guy's like, no. Well, like how much overweight? And then he's like, no, I wouldn't. And then gives that reason that he wouldn't date a fat person.
Based.
Because he puts a lot of care into himself and he wants to date someone who does the same.
Sounds about right. All right? Sounds about right.
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Sounds about right. Oh my God, someone wants to date someone that takes care of their health? Oh my God. You mean they go to the gym and they want someone that takes care of their health and exercises too? Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm so tired of that narrative that fat people don't put a lot of work into themselves. Excuse me, we have dealt with years and years of trauma from people just like you.
That's not answering the question. Answer the question. Why don't you take care of yourself?
Most of us are in fucking therapy if we can afford it.
Answer the question. Why are you in therapy rather than taking care of yourself?
And we're also doing a lot of stuff.
Not that you can't take care of yourself in therapy, but a lot of people go to therapy because, all right, you know what? I'm going to call out therapy for a second. A lot of people I'm not saying therapy is bad. It can be very beneficial when it's actually used properly. But a lot of people go to therapy because, let's be honest, for most people, it doesn't take any work. And I'll say this, a lot of people do put in a lot of work in therapy, just clarifying, and they can make a lot of progress. Just like a lot of people can go to the gym and make a lot of progress, but a lot of people have memberships and make no progress. Get it? So you can just go to a therapist and it's like, oh, you don't have to do anything. You just answer their question. It's very passive for most people. They go to therapy and they feel like, okay, I'm paying for a therapist. I'm going once a week. I'm doing something. But they're not actually putting in any additional work at home. They're not actually doing the homework. They're not actually working on themselves. They're just going there, sitting on a couch and having conversation. And then they feel better about themselves, like more virtuous because they're going to therapy. So I'm doing something. Okay, cool. Because you're paying for it, I'm doing something. It's like having a gym membership, but not actually training hard, going in there and just going on a bike for an hour, watching a Netflix show. So a lot of people go to therapy and yeah, they get their, delusions or their gender identity or whatever affirmed. And the therapist, like, what's the real incentive for the therapist to fix the problem? Then they're going to stop getting paid. So the incentive, there really isn't an incentive rather than just drag it out and have more sessions. Just saying. It's like kind of like it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation because therapist is getting paid hourly. So you want as many hours as possible, right? So it's like, oh, it's a weekly thing forever. Just saying, not that people don't make progress, but like anything else, you get out what you put in. A lot of people just want to just say, hey, I go to therapy and they pay for it. So they just feel like they're going to get the benefits and they feel it's like a massage. You go in, you feel good after an hour. Like, oh, I talked about my problems. A lot of people, it's their only friend. They could talk to someone. So they talk to someone because they don't have any close relationships because they're fucking nuts. And they go there, they feel better for an hour. And then by the time next week comes around, they're so far fucking wound up again and they vent for an hour and then the cycle continues. They're not actually putting in any fundamental work to solve the problem. Just like the gym. A lot of people have a gym membership and don't actually get results because they don't put in all the other work. And let's just be honest here too. Just because you're going to therapy doesn't mean the therapist is fucking good. There are a lot of shitty therapists. There are shitty doctors. There are shitty trainers. Just because you're going to a therapist doesn't mean they're a good one. Okay. So not knocking therapy, but therapy seems to be a buzzword. If everyone's in therapy, you think if therapists were doing so good and everyone's in therapy, why is everyone so fucking insane still? It's not working. Something's not working. If you're going to therapy, but then you're not eating quality food, you're not exercising, you're not doing all these other things, it's only going to work so much, right? That's my point. Okay.
We also have put in time and effort to shop where there's no fashion trends for fat people.
What does this have to do with you taking care of yourself? What does it have to do with a guy that goes to the gym wanting someone else that takes care of their health? Holy fucking cope. Jesus.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. We also do a lot of work convincing other people around us to care. That's a lot of work.
No one's obligation to care about your fucking problems. Oh my God, work. Oh my God, work. You gotta do some work. Oh my God, work. We still have 1 minute and 18 seconds left. How much stupider can this get?
And if you want to go down the gym route, a lot of fat people get in a lot of movement. Actually, like that world's strongest man competition.
Oh, don't even.
Matt Damon.
You mean 6 people like in the world?
A lot of those people.
What is she talking about?
Would be considered fat, and they're the strongest people in the world.
Where's Lacey at? Yeah, this person is absolutely an idiot. Yeah, fat people are getting a lot of work. Let me resource the world's strongest man. Yeah, because everyone that's fat is a world's strongest competitor. Yeah, that's how it works. They also have no idea how much muscle they have under that. And not all of them are just morbidly looking. What?
So I don't totally understand what's your logic. And also, here's the thing. There is no logic behind fat phobia. There is nothing. It's about
there's no fat phobia. You're making shit up. So there's that too.
Fake arguments to make people who are losing pieces of control feel like they can control things that are not controllable.
Whoa. Let's do that again.
There is nothing. It's a bunch of fake arguments to make people who are losing pieces of control feel like they can control things that are not controllable. And it is built in racism and misogyny, and I've already done a video on that. Just scroll back.
Nope.
You'll find it.
Nope.
But overall, I again want to know, why do we keep giving platforms to these people? And I know I'm doing it here. I know.
She sees the hypocrisy. Maybe that's why her cheeks are red, because the hypocrisy is just sitting on her face.
I know. I'm giving them a platform here, but it's to dispel this myth. Like, I just need someone who's gonna like put as much care and effort into themselves as I do. It's like, what does that mean? Are you going to therapy? Because that's a lot of work. I don't care.
You see? I told you the therapy thing. Look, I'm more virtuous because I'm more broken than you. You see this kind of shit? That's exactly what I was talking about. But look, me, I'm sitting on a couch talking to someone about my problems. I'm putting in the work. No, you're not squatting. No, you're not deadlifting. No, you're not running. No, you're not fucking eating well. You're not putting in much work at all. Oh, fucking therapy. Give me a break. Yes, it can be important if you do it properly, but don't act like you're going to therapy so all of a sudden you're just some better person. Oh my God, this fucking still frame. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck your therapy. Go to the gym. Go to the gym. That's your therapy.
Like, what does that mean? Are you going to therapy?
No, because I exercise and I eat well and I get sun. So my brain isn't fucked. And some people really have trauma. And therapy helps many people that put in a lot of fucking work. But guess what also helps them too, in addition? Eating well, sleeping well. All the other things. Just going to therapy alone isn't it. Can we agree on that? That's my point.
A lot of work. I don't care about how much work you're putting in the gym.
Therapy.
How much your emotional work?
Yeah, you ain't too stable, chica.
Do you have friends that you're talking to? Your sister later on in the video says you have a girlfriend. If she gets fat, you're just gonna be like, sorry, peace out. I only care about people who have had enough work and then sounds like I know.
Shut up, bitch!
Jesus Christ. What the fuck is wrong with that? Oh, shit. God. That was ridiculous. Okay. That's why it was so long. And why I have to talk like that? Oh my gosh, you guys fat. Yes. 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 If I'm dating someone and they let themselves go and just get fat as fuck and they stop taking care of their health, yes, next. What's wrong with that? Nothing. If someone does not want to take care of themselves, why am I going to allow them to drag me down to the depths of just being a pathetic victim? Sheesh. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, stop whining. And again, for all the sensitive chodes out there, I don't think therapy is a bad thing. We're just talking with Justice, right? Or who was it? We're talking to a lady. We got a couple ladies here. Going to my therapist was talking about orthorexia. There's nothing wrong with therapy. It can be very beneficial, but it's the same thing as the gym. You can go to the gym. You can go to a therapist. You can go to a therapist and really put in the work in and out, or you can just go to the gym and not really put in the work. Going to the gym and putting in the work isn't the only thing you need to do, right? We got the 7 pillars. You got to do your nutrition properly, your recovery, your mobility, your mindfulness. You got to be consistent. You got to surround yourself with good people. It's mental health. It's physical health. It's not just doing some curls. Yeah, TikTok isn't therapy. And if your name is Fat Fab Femme, it's like gross. Your identity is surrounded. Your identity is about being obese and not wanting to change. So yeah, that's a disgusting person. Have you told your therapist about your terrible lifestyle habits? All right, this one's called, Jesus Christ, it's called Fat Old People, AKA Dead People.
What's in the box?
All right, get healthy people. Here we go. Fat old people. Here we go.
Before I say anything, the fact that you think that you're the only one saying this is actually wild to me. It's like,
can someone tell me why they're always talking like this? And just like they have such little muscle tone that their larynx, like their phalangeal muscles don't even contract properly. yeah, you got some tofu stuck in your trachea.
Before I say anything, the fact that you think that you're the only one saying this is actually wild to me. It's like heinous. But because you're not the only person thinking about this, I am going to respond because I do think that it is a very common.
What the fuck is going on here? Oh, I didn't see it. I thought it was the website behind her. She's on a green screen. She's responding to a TikTok question. It says, look, I'm just going to say it because no one else will. There's a lot of fat people and a lot of old people, but there's not a lot of fat old people. It's because they're dead or they can't leave their house. That's why we talk about it all the time. It's because they're dead. You don't have morbidly obese 80-year-olds because they die, because they can't move, because they have no muscle. They can't move. They can't move. They can't leave their house or they're dead. I'm not saying it because it's nice. The average age is what, in the late 70s? Where do you think this average comes from? There are a lot of people that die in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Okay. It's an average for a reason, or a mean, whatever the fuck it is. Okay. The same reason why the majority of people that had issues and died from COVID were people with comorbidities, aka prior heart disease and obesity. The vast majority of people that had complications with COVID were because they were fucking fat. And they still haven't changed that. Giving out free burgers and beers and fries. Yay. Get your shots. That's going to make a difference.
Now, I wouldn't typically cite the CDC to talk about fatness because they have historically had a lot of issues with regards to that topic. But I do.
Are there any women here today?
I think that it's the only source that you're going to listen to. So let's look at it. You say there's a lot of fat people and a lot of old people, but there's not a lot of fat old people. Is that true? The CDC disagrees with you. Most fat people exist between the ages of 40 and 59, and that decline.
Did she just literally slap herself in the fucking throat? Most fat people are between 40 and 59. Any other questions? Any questions? Yeah, I'll take the CDC right at their word. Yeah, it's because they don't make it past that.
Only slightly by 3% to age 60 and above. I don't know where you live where you're only seeing these like skinny ass old people, but like it's not real. That's not real. It's not real. And that's proven.
That was it? Jesus Christ.
I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you.
God damn it. Common Ohio W. Average woman in Ohio. All right. I told you this was scraping the bottom of the barrel, man. We come off the Swoleness. We come off the holidays hard. Hard. All right. This one's going to hurt. This one, goddamn right, John. This one's gonna hurt. This one's gonna be
keep using the word
painful.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
This one's gonna hurt. Lady Hawk, did anyone hear about that supersized salon owner who recently died at 37? No, I did not hear that. Or maybe that was what someone was talking about recently. Is that a show or something? Supersized salon? Well, not surprised. Not happy about it. I live in Ohio. Just kidding. It's a joke that's going around online, especially on TikTok. That's what happens. If you're morbidly obese, you're not going to live long. Glenna, stay strong. All right, this one's called therianthropy. Theory. I think it's a gender thing. I'm about to literally hang myself. So let's get into before that happens. Don't worry, I won't. Howard, we're ready. Here we go.
What's in the box? The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
Hi, my name is Samuel, and I am a canine Therian. But what does this mean? Hi, my name is Samuel, and I am a canine Therian. But what does this mean? A Therian is somebody who identifies as wholly or partially non-human, specifically as a non-human animal from this earth. Now, there are other forms of non-humans, and a person could identify as being non-human for a plethora of psychological or spiritual reasons. For me, I'm not sure which it is. I used to be certain that it was purely psychological due to neurodivergency. However, as I started to delve into my spirituality, I started to question if it was maybe a past life that affects my ultra humanity.
This neurodivergent bullshit. It's a spectrum. Bruh.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Just making up fucking terms. Making up all these complicated fucking terms for insane. For insane. Just call it insane. You have mental problems, man. You don't need a fancy term. You don't need any kind of hashtag. It's just, you're not there. I don't know what this thing is taking, but her eyes are, talk about, like, there's nothing behind those eyes. There's nothing there.
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
She looks like she's popped a few pills.
If it was maybe a past life that affects my ultra humanity. Either way, I feel a disconnect from other humans and to the part of my brain and soul.
Thank God. A disconnect from other, you think? I can tell you where that comes from. I can tell you why you feel a disconnect. I can tell.
You know the thing about a shark? He's got lifeless eyes. Black eyes, like a doll's eye.
Average gender in Ohio. Common Ohio W.
Disconnect from other humans and to the part of my brain and soul that feels human. Instead, I feel like a dog or a wolf, which I know is extraordinarily common.
I'm Hubert Cumberdale.
It's not. It's not common. Extraordinarily.
You went full retard, man.
Common. Extraordinarily common. Extraordinarily common.
Aww.
You make me happy.
Extraordinarily common. Fam, I don't know what to say about that video, so I'm gonna leave it right there. Just gonna leave it right there. But he's cute. But the Tainty Man's cute. So let's get a round of applause for the Tainty Man. The Tainty Man, everyone. He's a sweet boy. Sweet, sweet, sweet Tainty Man. All right, fam, if you want to join a community of people that are not mentally disturbed, check us out, swolenormousx.com. Fam, by the way, let's take that frown, turn it right back upside down. The Swole Year release party this Thursday, December the 29th. the 29, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us, swolenormousx.com. We'll be right here inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat and Swole TV. It's going to be fire. We're going to look back throughout 2022 and look ahead to some awesome, epic new releases. 2023 and 2022 was epic, but we're going to blow everyone's fucking nips off in 2023. It's going to be it's going to be a big year. It's going to be a juicy, it's going to be the year of the taint. The year of the taint coming in 2023. The year of the taint. God damn right. Let's give away today's Swole card. Oh, and a reminder, before we do, drop that hashtag Tainted Magooch. I mentioned at the beginning, but some of you tuned in later. I mentioned at the beginning that we are shifting over to different hosting. We are working really hard on the back end of the podcast in order to get video up on Spotify. So if you listen on Spotify, that platform is going to start having video if everything goes well. You should start seeing episodes, and we'll try to change out at least some of the more recent episodes with video. And for the next few days until because we have so many episodes, it's taken a little bit longer. We needed to level up our request in terms of the support for shifting hosts in order to import like thousands of fucking episodes from the podcast. So I'm pretty sure that if you want to see or listen to the latest episodes, Spotify is going to be fine, but there may be delays in terms of Apple Podcast and other platforms. So if you're listening to this or watching this, just keep that in mind and just watch the latest episodes on YouTube and or Spotify. Those will be updated and should stay current, at least for right now. And then we'll get into some, when the other feed is ready and back up, you'll see it populate. So definitely want to listen over on Spotify for the latest episodes. And of course, all of them will be also here on YouTube as well. Fam-wise, let's give away today's Swole card. Fuck yeah, Beaches. Falcon, take us away. We got a Tainty Magooch. Ortiz F13. Ortiz F13. Congratulations. All right. Ortiz, congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2426 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. And we'll send you the fucking Swole card. Don't be a beesh, don't be a boosh, or you'll end up like Tainty Magooch. We'll take some soundboard requests, and of course, we'll be back here tomorrow, and then Thursday at 5 p.m. we have our Swole Year release party for members. Join us. swolenormousx.com.
Why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?
Emotional damage!
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
I better use my strong.
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn!
Another example of cake gender would be if someone feels like they have different layers or flavors to their particular gender.
I like to caress rusty spoons.
There's tiny tuck, typical tuck, total tuck, and the tyrannical tuck.
Antidepressants.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
Loud noises! Sit! Sit! Sit!
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh, that was nice. That was a nice one. told you to keep my cookies. Another Lizzo for the road.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
Oh yeah, Tainty Magoosh, America.
Fuck yeah! What is the best move to silence a woman?
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Got it out. No fucking hands. It's the piano cut, baby. All right.
Because.
You're reeling that monster. Fam, thank you so much for being here. Join us, swolenormousx.com. Leave us a review. And like I mentioned, make sure you are subscribed on Spotify. That's where the next few episodes, if you see delays in the other feeds, that is why they should be back up and running at full tilt shortly. But if you don't see Apple Podcasts or Google or wherever else you might listen to populate, that's the reason. So make sure you listen on Spotify, and hopefully you'll see this episode pop up as a video, which will be super fucking awesome. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you also on Thursday. Members, Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern time for the Swole Year release party. It'll be a private episode. So join us over at swolenormousx.com. Jump on those Fuck Your Resolution specials. And we'll see you tomorrow for 24/27. Peace, my geese. Deuce, my goose. Your boy Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element. No